I've just covered a piece of research from a lady called Elena Rexy. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I really want to just talk a little bit more about it because there's some things that you can't really say in public. What she's done is she's actually proven for the final time, I think, beyond all shades of doubt, that glucose drives cancer. Because what she did was she took cancer cells and she threw in something called glutor, which was a molecule that blocks the uptake of glucose into cancer cells. And guess what? They all started dying. But what happens is, if a cancer cell can't get glucose, some cancers, I won't say all, some cancers can switch to burning glutamate. Now, glutamate is a non-essential amino acid. So that means you make it in your body. And by and large, it comes from glutamine in the body, which is another non-essential amino acid, and it's typically found in animal protein. But you can also make glutamine and glutamate from glucose. Glucose makes glutamate, and you can also make it from folic acid, for example. Okay, now it's not 100% clear, I have to be honest. But basically, you've got a situation where the great majority of glutamate is made from glutamine, and for example, in the brain, we know you've got glutamine and glutamate pools, and there's a conversion between them. And then if the brain cells can't get sugar for some reason, I mean, it's serious in the brain, they can turn to glutamate. We also know, for example, that prostate cancer is biased towards glutamate. It's more likely to burn glutamate than it is to burn sugar. So you can see that basically what you've got is the primary supply is glucose, and the secondary supply, if all else fails, is glutamate. And what she did was, having chucked in glutor to cancer cells and stopped the glucose, she chucked in something called CB839, as you do. And this blocked the conversion of glutamine into glutamate, and suddenly you've got a crisis in the cancer cells, as she described it, and bang, they died. So you've got to do both things, I think. And, you know, if you read Jane McClellan's book, that's really what she's talking about there. So what actually could block the production of glutamate? Because that's what it's all about. And I'm going to make a separate little video in a minute about the ketogenic diet, because I think they're so off the beam, it's not true. Okay, so it's not about glutamine or about glutamate, it's about stopping the enzyme that converts glutamine into glutamate, because if you can block that, you can't make so much glutamate at all, and cancer withers and dies. It's called a glutaminase. That's just a general term, glutaminase, for an enzyme, okay? But we know, and I looked it up and seriously went through a lot of studies to find this out, we know there's more than that, it's probably about 10, 12 products that can do this. And guess what? It's all the sensible ones you would have thought about. It's EGCG in green tea. It's curcumin or turmeric. It's lycopene. You know, tomatoes and more tomatoes, we use it in prostate cancer. It's acylic acid. Acylic acid is found in pistachio nuts, 3%. And it's in holy basil. Well, we use that for prostate cancer too. It's also in resveratrol or resveratrol. It's in hinokiol. Hinokiol is traditional Chinese medicine. You've probably heard me talk about it in the past, but it's from the magnolia bush, and the best hinokiols have got magnol in them. And there's about 20 centres researching hinokiol, and they've all said that we've done the test tubes and we've done the animal tests, and this stuff works. 3 are saying we've got to do clinical trials. Why? Kills cancer cells, and it actually blocks metastases. So I think this is probably part and parcel of what we're talking about here. Then you've got graviola. Then you've got valerian, the sleep herb. And then you've got ashwagandha. So in reverse order, ashwagandha, valerian, graviola or soursop, hinokiol, resveratrol, acylic acid, lycopene, curcumin, EGCG. So why not put a few of those, even if you haven't got prostate cancer? We use quite a lot of those for prostate cancer because high levels of stem cells and high use of glutamate. But even if you haven't got prostate cancer, you've got something else, why not put a few of those into your anti-cancer diet and see what happens. Cut your blood sugar. It's easy to cut blood sugar, just starve it from glucose, and go on to something like berberine, and that will cut your fasting blood sugar completely, and then do some of these things. Okay, just a little tip. Bye.